We are YouTube. Let's start. Juliana, would you introduce yourself for us, please?
Sure. My name is Juliana. My friends call me Julie or Julie, or Julie
Okay.
or Ju. I'm living in Belo Horizonte. I'm a lawyer in data protection, and I'm a journalist. I
Okay.
like to study English and talk about the technology and the behaviors people and the law.
You are the lawyer.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Juliana. Fabiana, what about you?
Hi, good evening. I'm Fabiana. I'm 32 years old. I live in São Carlos, a country city from São Paulo state. I'm here to improve my English, to practice with all of you guys. I think Talk and Talk is make me feel more confident to talk in English. I work as a data governance analyst for a bank, and that's it.
Good. Thank you, Fabiana. Felipe Fadu.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Felipe Fadu. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and I work as a software engineer for an e-commerce platform. And I'm also here to practice my English and improve my conversation skills, meet new people, and network. Nice to meet you all.
Good. Thank you, Felipe. Vivi.
Hello, good evening. I'm Vivian. I'm 20 years old. 28 years old. I live in Varginha, in a small city in Minas Gerais.
Sofas de Minas Gerais.
Yes, the ET city. And I'm here to improve my English too, and make network and meet new people. And I work here as a software engineer in a bank. And that's it.
Are you working remotely?
Yes. My company is from São Paulo.
São Paulo.
But I prefer to live in a small city.
Okay. I know your seat in the another seat close to Varginha. I'm in love with doce de leite, the sul of the Minas Gerais.
It's very beautiful.
Yes. Thalita? Thalita, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No
hello.
problem.
I'm Thalita. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm 32. I live in Ceará, but I'm from Pernambuco. I have lived here for almost 8 years. I'm married. I have a baby. He is only 5 months old. And that's it. I believe that I don't remember if I have met some of you before, but it's not my first time here in Trinity, but I really don't remember anyone here. So nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to meet you. Good to have you here, Thalita. Thank you. Guys, let's go to our second question. Julie, how was the internet changed the people's social behavior?
I think the social behaviors the people change with internet when you can have the possibility to talk with older people, when you can like my colleague Vivi, She live here in Minas Gerais, but she can work for other state. She can talk with me in Belo Horizonte, with you in the older state, in the old parts of the world.
Okay, good. Thank you, Julie. Fabiana, in your opinion, how has the internet changed the people's social behavior?
It's difficult because I think internet changed a lot the people behaviors.
I totally agree.
I don't know, in terms of connection, communication, and especially social media, I think that the change is really significant because I don't know, I think all of us are connected somehow every time in a cell phone, at work. So I think that there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you, Fabiana. Felipe, what about you?
I agree with Fabiana and Juliana. I think communication was the thing that had the most impact on social behavior, because we now can talk with each other. Everyone here is in one city, right? And we are here improving our English and having the opportunity to study English at 9 p.m. of the night. So I think it's great, right? This how the communication was improved by the internet. So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Felipe. Vivi, what about you?
I agree with all of you, and I think sometimes it's very complex because I think our way of being a person it changed. Because in the past we have to be more patient, like to talk to another people, to talk with our family or our friends. And today we need some answers very fast, and I think this changed our mind. So I think it's changing. Actually, it's changing. And in general, I think it's very nice, of course. But I think there are other parts of the internet. Maybe we have to pay more attention.
Yes, definitely. I agree. Thank you, Vivian. Thalita, in your opinion, how has the internet changed the people's social behavior?
I believe that internet has changed social behavior in so many ways that it's difficult to express this. I agree with all of you have said. For example, some things for the good, some things for the bad. I found interesting this aspect that Vivi mentioned. Now we have no patience because we expect that things are always fast. I don't know, but on the other hand, we have the opportunity to, for example, to keep in touch with people much easier than in the past, for example. I don't know, and things like that. There are people that feel more confident to express their feelings on the internet, on social media.
Okay, thank you, Thalita. The next question, Julia. What is the greatest contribution the internet has made to society?
I think the greatest contribution,
Yes.
it's a good service and the competition between companies.
Okay. Fabiana, what about you?
I think the greatest contribution is communication and also access to information. Today, we have access to all kind of information. This could be good or not so good, but I think it's great. How can we access all of kind of things on YouTube, Google, and this make me think in my parents' time, how could they live? I don't know.
Yeah, good question. Thank you, Fabiana. Vivi, what about you?
I think it's internet contribute with these questions, these topics that Fabiana and Juliana brought. And I think it's very nice because it's easier to look for information and to share and to learn. So I think that's really nice from internet.
Okay. Thalita, what about you? What's the greatest contribution the internet has made to society?
Yeah, there are a lot of contributions. It facilitates our lives. For example, we can pay the bills. I feel that is one of the best characteristics of internet. I don't have to go to the bank anymore, and yes, social interaction. We can communicate with our loved ones frequently, and we can work and study. Study is other thing that I feel that has changed my life, because I remember when I was like a teenager and I was like trying to learn English, for example, and oh my gosh, like 20 years ago. So we don't have any content, so it was so hard to listen English because we have to listen to learn. Maybe as the main skill that we have to develop. So now we have a lot of content, free content, that we can have on the internet. So yes, there are a lot of contributions, and these are the ones that I feel that changed my life.
Yes. Okay. Guys, one observation. I asked to Felipe moving another room because I could to move Vivi for another room, and he accepted, and I moved Felipe to another room. And now I have the privilege of having only girls in this room. I think it's the first time on Tech Talk having only girls in this room. For Tech Talk, I think it's so usual, but it's so good. Let's continue. Julie, another question. Question number 4. What are the dangers that internet could cause in your lives?
I think more dangerous. It's about crime against children and the vulnerability people.
Yes.
Like robbery the data, blackmail,
Mhm.
things like this. I think it's so dangerous.
Yeah, serious. Okay, Julie, thank you. Fabiana, in your opinion, what are the dangers that internet could cause in our lives?
I agree with Julie. The internet is environment unsafe, in my opinion. We have to take care with some unknown contact, someone that we didn't know, we don't know, and safe with our data. I think it is really unsafe. And I think this is the most dangerous thing on internet, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, Fabiana, thank you. Vivi, what about you?
I'm worried too about our security. Like today we have our life in our cell phones and in the internet, like data, our name, our number of documents and credit cards. So I'm worried about this information.
Okay, you said you are worried about the security. So do I. Are you using multi-factor authenticator in your personal account? LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever.
Yes, in general,
Yes.
yes. I try
Gmail,
to.
your email, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
it's important. Good. Thank you, Vivi. Talita, what about you?
Internet is something wonderful, but mankind has this power of use something that is good for the bad, as we do with everything. So yeah, it can be like a dangerous environment. So we have to take care when we share our personal information. So it's so good to, for example, buy things from the internet. I love doing this, but we have to take care. And
Yes, it's necessary.
yes, and I don't know, there are people that also feel very comfortable. For example, there are people that are very shy to interact with in person in how can I say that, personally, but when they are using social media they feel free to talk about very personal things. I don't know, because maybe this distance gave this, I don't know, false, I don't know how to express this, but this feeling that we can do everything. So people do what they wouldn't do presentially. I don't know how to explain
Yes,
that.
yes, I got the. It's easy because they hide behind to the screen with the
Yeah,
keyboard and the mouse. Yeah, it's a good point that you said, because maybe the internet gave voice for the bad people, because bad people always uh existing in around the world. The internet gave voice for those people, unfortunately. Okay, Talita, good job. Thank you.
yeah.
Julie, the question number 5. What feature do you use today on the internet that you don't believe people could live without in the past?
I think the
English class, the first one.
yes,
English class online.
like TALKNTALK, and the opportunity to talk with older people for ship or ship it's not expensive, né?
Mm-hmm.
And you can ask for services like Uber and the iFood.
Good point. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great the better service.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you, Julie. Fabiana, what about you?
I think talk about services, online services. I think Waze is a good app. I don't know how people, how can I say, locomover? I don't know.
Commute to another
yes,
job, or
exactly.
make a trip.
Yes, I remember when I was a child that I don't know, lista
I used a
telefônica.
book.
Yes, there's a map from São Paulo City. It was really difficult, and to browsing things to search, like I'm happy to study. I remember we had bars, so I think it was really hard before internet to access information and other things.
Yes. Probably it was 2003, 2004. I worked as a technical support in a provider internet, and it's necessary go to the house clients. I used the Guia Rex book of this size, and I took the subway. I live in Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is bigger than São Paulo, but it's a big city. Wow, it's so difficult.
Yes.
Nowadays, it's easy, more easy. Thank you, Fabiana. Vivi, what about you?
I really like Google Maps too. I think it facilitates a lot. And I think the bank apps, there are a lot of people who don't earn their money by apps, but I think it's facilitating a lot our lives to buy things or to decide a lot of things. So
yes,
that's it.
Internet bank is so helpful and fantastic. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, it
Thalita?
saves our time.
Yes. Thalita, what about you?
Okay, I mentioned before the features of that contributes, for example, for we study from internet and pay the bills, for example. But when I imagine myself in the past or in a scenario without internet, I feel that the most strange thing would be not have something that Vivi mentioned about locomotion, for example, these apps, Uber, because I'm awful. I get lost easily. So and other things
you move it to your original city, right? Because you was born in Pernambuco. No, you live in Pernambuco now, right?
Indeed, I was born in São
No,
Paulo.
in São Paulo, and you live in Ceará.
I didn't mention. I grew up in Pernambuco, and now I'm living in Ceará. So, and the
I can imagine
aspect
how
is
the
about
smartphone is helpful
communication.
too. I can imagine.
Yeah, because it would be very hard not have this kind of communication we have nowadays with people, and also about the aspect of information as well, to know what is happening around the world. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, Thalita. Julie, the next question number 6. Wow, it's a 3 question. Julie, is internet a safe place for our mental health? If not, what can be toxic about it?
I think it's important to be a balance. Internet can be for good for your mental health. If you thought about apps like for mindfulness, for relax, something like this. But if you use it too much social media, probably you can more stressful, more anxious, more depressing. I think it's important to be a balance.
Okay, yes, good point. Thank you, Julie. Fabiana, what about you?
I agree with Julie. I think the internet could be good or not for our mental health, because social media, I think it's totally offensive for our minds. But on the other hand, these apps like mindfulness and relax apps or Spotify music apps, I think is good for our mind. I think it's good for relax. Depends how we use it.
Okay, good. Vivi, what about you? Is internet a safe place for our mental health? If not, what can be toxic about it?
Yes, I think maybe the worst part to our mental health is our social medias in general. Of course, there are good ones, but I think the most famous social medias made us sometimes anxious, and I think it can be very danoso to teenagers or to small
Absolutely.
to kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there are a lot of informations every second, and we don't know if it's true, and sometimes it's not don't represent our real lives. So I think sometimes it can be toxic.
Good. Good, Vivi. Thank you. Thalita, in your opinion?
Internet is not safe, but we can use it in a good way. And I believe that the advantage of internet, when I think about information communication, is that we can manage this. Even social media, for example, we can, for example, delete people we don't want to see the, I don't know, the feed. I don't know if it's the correct term. So I believe that is the good part. For example, when I turn on TV, I can't manage this. So sometimes I prefer to turn it off because they are just broadcasting so bad news all the time. But on the internet, on the other hand,
yes.
I can manage this. So I believe that is the advantage of. So it's not so bad to our mental health, because we can manage what we want to see.
Yes. In Rio de Janeiro, I believe in another city, there is too. There is a local program, yes, local program in news. And the 90% of these programs is about the bad news. Over here in Rio de Janeiro, we have bad news for 20 shows per day. In the evening, we have another news, and the news are totally different because on the afternoon, happening bad news too. But it's my city, unfortunately. The next question, Julie. Question number 7. What do you consume the most on the internet? Do you consume more for study, work, or other purposes?
I consume more for study.
Mm-hmm.
I use too much YouTube, and I use Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
and for work, I use LinkedIn every day too much.
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best platform for professional.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good, Julie. Thank you. Fabiana, what about you?
I also use LinkedIn a lot every day, and I think in general I use to buy things, all kind of things.
Buy things?
Yes, Amazon.
Wow,
I don't know.
Amazon is
I'm
the
addicted
question
to
about the
Amazon.
dangerous on the internet. Amazon.com. Amazon.com is so dangerous for me
Yes.
because the price are good. It's so easy for buy. My credit card is saved there. Wow, it's terrible.
Yes.
I totally agree with you. Okay, Fabiana. Vivi, what about you?
I like to use the internet to some distractions like YouTube, watch some movies, and listening to music too.
Mm-hmm.
And I work in my computer, so I use the internet a lot.
Every time.
Yes, and
Yes,
sometimes
because
I'm tired of being on the computer and in the internet. I have to take a time.
I can imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
I know this problem. Thalita, what about you?
Yeah, I use internet for a lot of things. Fabiana talked about Amazon. So I have used Amazon a lot because I have a baby, and I have bought a lot of diapers and milk. And it's interesting because we feel that we are saving money, spending money, because we see something and we think it's so cheap. I have to buy this. And I used to entertainment as well, but I'd say that I use more for studying. I also the apps that I have on my cell phone are just to study. So I use for a lot of things, but my main purpose is to study.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Thalita. Julie, the next question. How do you use your time on the internet to learn English? What recommendation would you give to your colleagues?
I recommendation one
Apps?
app called Sounder.
Which one?
Sounder. I put the name in the chat.
Okay, good. Please. Salter. Good, because I don't know.
This app,
Salter.
you can learn English or other language. Have a English, French, Turkey.
With songs?
With songs.
Wow.
he used the YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and you choose the song you want to learn, and you can listen the song, and you can complete the parts,
I love it.
the lyrics, the
Mm-hmm.
song, and you can translate to for your language.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good app.
Is it free? No, it's necessary to pay a fee, right?
No, it's free. Have a
A limit.
No,
No?
without limit.
Mm-hmm.
There are the pro, but it's not it's indifferent. The person free, it's pretty good.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for your recommendation, Julia. I didn't know. Fabiana, what about you?
To learn English nowadays, just talk and talk. And once a week, I have a private class with an old teacher of mine, but just talk and talk to learn English. I must have to study more, like listening English podcasts, but I don't do it.
Okay, good. Vivi, what about you?
I like two websites. I will put in chat. There are games in English, and I think it's nice to improve our vocabulary, and it's very fun and very quickly. So
Which one, Vivi?
it's Word Shake, the first one, Word Shake, and you have to create some words, create them, and there are Wordle too.
Good. Word Shake, learn English.
Yes, and it's games, so it's nice to play.
Wow, good to know. Thank you. Thalita?
In the past, I used to use Duolingo. It's a very known app, but it's very basic. So I have used it lately, but to study German, I study German as well. But to study English, I have used Cake. I don't know if you...
Cake?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I know, yes.
There are a lot of videos related, so sometimes there are a topic in a lot of videos, and we can also save the sentences. It's free, but about the saving sentences, there are a limit, so you have to pay if you want to save more sentences. And there are a lot of videos. They are very interesting. We can also revise the content we have watched. So yes, I have used it a lot. TNT, I used a lot last year, but I stopped it a little this year. And YouTube as well. There are some videos with sentences in a lot of levels. Sometimes I just play and I'm running my errands on my house and listen to some sentences. So that's it.
Okay, good. Thank you, Thalita. Welcome back, guys. Thank you, Felipe Fadu. You saved me. Because we were with 6 people on the Mary Room, and it's difficult to everyone speaking a lot. Thank you, Felipe.
No problem.
Gabriel, how was your conversation?
Okay, this conversation is so good because the topic is interesting, and there are many things for speaking that this topic.
Okay, good. Murilo, how many questions did you answer in another room?
How question I don't you
How
answer?
many? How many questions did you
Okay,
answer there?
okay, 8.
8?
Yeah, 8.
Okay. What recommendation would you give to your colleague of learning English on the internet?
TALKNTALK.
TalkNtalk's the first one. Okay, I agree with you. another recommendation or no?
Every day.
Ah, yeah, you do
Okay, another
twice. Huh?
another school.
Another website, yeah.
Duolingo, it's amazing too for learning together TalkNTalk.
Yes, guys, Murilo take class every day. Every day. He's an example student in TalkNtalk.
I try.
Yes. Then another room had Felipe, Gabriel, Murilo. There was another, no? Just
Another Felipe.
Yes, Felipe
Felipe
Lira.
Lira.
Felipe Lira is here? I couldn't see. Maybe he left. No problem. Gabriel, would you give another recommendation to your colleague? Apps, website?
Okay, I like to conversation TalkNtalk, and the 50% for my time when I can be studying English, I am here, and I like it to see videos and I like watching videos and YouTube and the stories and movies too, but I not like to use tools and apps in general. I prefer studying when see videos and the reading book is too. I like it more.
Yeah, it's a good way for learning English. I put on the chat the suggestions. Julie, Vivi, Fabiana gave me another suggestion. I put on the chat. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the meeting in the topic. We work to make a light and friendly meet for everyone. I hope you'll come back in another meeting. This is my last meet in this year because we won't have this meeting in next 2 weeks. I come back on the second Monday on January. I think it's 9 on January. I hope see you again. Thank you. A special thanks for the girls because it is the first time that I tried, I guide a main room just only girls. It was a privilege. Thank you. A special thanks for girls. I put on the chat the survey. It's important to give you the evaluation about our meeting, send suggestions, slag off of the host here. No problem, feel free. Guys, thank you, Julie, Fabiana, Vivi, Felipe, Gabriel, Murilo, Thalita. Have a good night. Have a wonderful week. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year for you guys. Thank you. I hope to see you again.